like a dream.
Everything for his future depended on this special.
He was the highest paid movie star in America.
I didn't know what to do. I just felt I was obligated to things that I didn't fully believe in.
He was the original rebel, and now he's relegated to really being a family entertainer. And I think that really hurt.
Did you know Elvis Presley had a twin brother? What happened to him? The simply titled Elvis Presley biopic Elvis, the film explores Presley's childhood musical influences, his meeting with the man who would become his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, and their tumultuous relationship during Presley's time of enormous fame. Countless biographies and documentaries have purported to tell Elvis's full story in the 40 years since Presley's death in 1977, so you'd think there wouldn't be that much left to tell about the erstwhile king of rock and roll. Yet he continues to captivate fans and spur curiosity about his offstage life. Presley had a close relationship with his parents, particularly his mother, Gladys Presley. In his book about the album, From Elvis in Memphis, author Eric Wolfson explains that he may have loved his mother even more than any of his girlfriends, a sentiment echoed by Presley's wife, Priscilla Presley.
When law-abiding citizens are forced to live in fear, we look for protection to one man. Lieutenant Frank Drebin is back. This time, he's going undercover in the big house.
Where's your prison number?
It's unlisted.
And playing the deadliest game of all.
Left hand blue, now go get your head out of my pocket.
But Police Squad desperately needs him back because a mad bomber is about to blow up Hollywood's biggest bash. And if anyone can stop him, so can Frank.
Hold on. Sergeant Frank Drebin, Detective Lieutenant Police Squad.
Yeah, and I'm Robert De Niro.
Mr. De Niro, we've got to get inside.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present the...
We're here to prevent a disaster.
You're too late for that.
That's the guy!
Starring Leslie Nielsen as Lieutenant Frank Drebin. Priscilla Presley as Jane.
Elvis didn't grow up in a lavish home like the Graceland mansion he eventually purchased after gaining fame. His father, Vernon Presley, worked pretty much any job he could to support his family in the 1930s. All That's Interesting quotes him as saying, "There was almost nobody poorer than my wife Gladys and me." Unfortunately, Vernon spent some time separated from the family in the late 1930s after being arrested for check forgery. He sold a hog, but the buyer underpaid him, so he changed the amount on the check. He got caught over the forgery and spent 8 months in jail. This obviously did nothing to help the Presley family's financial situation. Gladys and Elvis had to move in with relatives during those months. After Elvis was born in 1935, he and his parents regularly attended church services that included gospel music. Elvis fell in love with it. Vernon and Gladys were both supportive of Elvis's burgeoning interest in music as he grew up. Elvis was devastated when Gladys passed away in 1958 due to liver problems and hepatitis. But Vernon stayed close with Elvis throughout his career, even helping with his son's earnings and regularly spending time on tour with him.
My land joined his. I live right at his back doors, so we're still together.
One lesser-known reason for Elvis Presley's close relationship with his parents had to do with his identical twin brother. Presley had a twin brother named Jesse Garon Presley, who died at birth. In Last Train to Memphis, The Rise of Elvis Presley, biographer Peter Gorelnik claimed that Gladys Presley said, "When one twin died, the one that lived got all the strength of both."
Anna Nicole Smith as Tanya. Fred Ward as Rocco.
Freeze and nobody gets hurt. Well, from now on.
Anna Nicole Smith as Tanya. George Kennedy as Ed. O.J. Simpson as Nordberg.
Couldn't have paid me no amount of money in the world to make me feel any satisfaction inside.
He thought, if this is ending, I want to end as the Elvis I want to be, not the Elvis they want me to be.
902.
The 68 comeback special, it's sort of the first step towards control of his own destiny.
And introducing Anna Nicole Smith as Tanya.
Have you seen my pigeon?
Naked Gun 33 1/3. The final insult.
According to All That's Interesting, Vernon Presley said he felt that God intended for Elvis to be, quote, the only child we'd ever need. Jesse has been the subject of fan conspiracy theories for decades. One claims that Jesse did not die at birth and was instead a body double for Elvis at various appearances.
One that had the karate patch on it. Elvis had 2 8th-degree black belts in karate. One was in Kenpo, and that's what this
was
patch
he
is
really
for.
good, or was it just...
Actually, he was really good.
Okay.
He started practicing.
Could I have taken him in a fight?
I don't know, you might.
I think he would have been respectful enough to let you in.
Yes, he probably would.
But he and Bruce Lee really brought karate.
Yeah.
He would have been. But he and Bruce Lee really brought karate to the West.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's good.
Yep.
It's very good. Well, Bruce Lee was pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
You having a good time, media? Everybody? It's interesting. It's a little bit different.
For example, in footage from a 1970 interview, fans have pointed out inconsistencies with Elvis's eye color and mannerisms to support their theory that Jesse was actually doing the interview. Conspiracy theorists also use the incorrect date on Jesse Presley's death certificate as further proof he didn't die at birth. The certificate states his date of death as January 7, 1935, though he and Elvis Presley were actually born on January 8th. The theorists believe the incorrect date is the result of a cover-up.
The movie that hits crime where it hurts. This picture contains mostly all new jokes, may play slightly funnier east of the Rockies.
Here's Elvis Presley. He was very nervous because he hadn't done anything like that before.
Ain't no room around here for guitar.
He comes out and he's the best looking guy on the planet.
I felt like my team came back and they're winning again.
No, wait a minute. There's something wrong with my lip.
This is hardly the only strange conspiracy theory that has followed Elvis. Just like Tupac and Michael Jackson, many fans believe that Elvis is still alive, or at least that he didn't die in 1977.
Trump installs pair of 88-foot-tall new flagpoles at the White House. This article from today, June 18th. Guys, can you believe it? 88-foot-tall flagpoles. In gematria, Trump equals 88. And guys, how many times have we talked about Trump and the number 88 on this channel? Like when Trump was allegedly shot in the ear 88 months after the Snoop Dogg video Lavender, where Snoop Dogg's pointing the gun at Trump, or the would-be assassin Thomas Crooks with the 9/20/03 birthday. 9/20/03 is the 8,888th prime number. Or Donnie Darko, that's set in the year 88, and the numbers on Donnie's arm add up to 88. And the guy who plays Donald J. Darko is Jacob Benjamin Gyllenhaal, which equals 88. And in that movie, Frank the Rabbit gets shot, and the guy who plays Frank the Rabbit was born 88 days from Trump's birthday, and Frank equals Donald in 3 ciphers, and Rabbit equals Trump. And in I Pet Goat 2, you have the rabbit with the bullet hole in the ear, like Trump was allegedly shot in the ear. And that movie takes place in Middlesex, which is 888 like Mar-a-Lago, 888 Donald J. Trump, 888 COVID declared a pandemic, 888 days after Trump's famous calm before the storm statement, The Art of the Deal.
You must be curious to see what so much money has bought you, Mr. Angel. It's fitting you should be here for maiden voyage. Your head.
You might want to stand back.
We're sorry to see you go, Mr. Angier. We were sorry to see Mr. Tesla leave as well. He's very good at Colorado Springs. Mr. Angier, I didn't think it was necessary to tell Edison's man about the box.
What box?
I apologize for leaving without saying goodbye, but I seem to have outstayed my welcome in Colorado. The truly extraordinary is not permitted in science and industry. Perhaps you'll find more luck in your field, where people are happy to be mystified. You will find what you are looking for in this box.
888 Back to the Future. They got to reach 88 miles per hour. And Biff represents Trump. The raid on Mar-a-Lago, August 8th. That's 88. And Trump's number to text, 88022. So, can you believe it, guys? A pair of 88-foot-tall flagpoles when Trump equals 88.
Ali has written you a thorough set of instructions. I add only one suggestion on using the machine. Destroy it. Drop it to the bottom of the deepest ocean. Such a thing will bring you only misery.
Tesla's warning is as unheeded as he knew it would be. But today I tested the machine, taking precautions in case Tesla hadn't ironed out the kinks in its operation. I mean, if it went wrong, I would not want to live like that for long.
Do you believe in time travel? Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end. I want you to watch the movie screen.
There's a Facebook group with over 30,000 followers dedicated to proving this. The theory about Jesse is a common topic of discussion within the group as well. Conspiracies aside, Find a Grave reports that Jesse was buried in a shoebox next to his uncle in Tupelo, Mississippi, the Presley's hometown. In Graceland, Jesse has a cenotaph next to Elvis's grave. Their parents, Gladys and Vernon, grandmother Minnie Mae, and Elvis's grandson Benjamin are also buried at Graceland. Elvis's living relatives include his only child, Lisa Marie Presley, and her remaining children, actress Riley Keough and twins Harper and Finley Lockwood.
Coexist in the same space and time. The spacecraft passes through the gateway, space returns to normal. There she is.
Jesus.
That night is the one time Elvis decided to be who he wanted to be, for himself.
Elvis took Elvis to the next level.
This is the world you are graduating into. This is what I want to talk about today with you for a few minutes. To lead in shaping a new world order for the 21st century.
Listen, I have kind of a pressing appointment, but I thought you might run into a roadblock, so I asked someone to drop by. Well,
Mike?
sir?
Randall?
Donald. Mr. Trump here wrote The Art of the Deal. Then he wrote a new bestseller, The Art of the Comeback.
2 books. Wow.
Donald Trump was just elected the 47th President of the United States. This election represents a comeback for Trump, who refused to accept defeat 4 years ago. He's the first former president to return to power since 1892. He's also the first person convicted of a felony to be elected president, and at 78 is the oldest person elected to the office.
Well, sit down. Well, that must have been tough coming up with that much material.
No.
It's been hard getting started, though, right?
First day, 9 chapters.
9 chapters.
You should call your next book The Art of Not Helping.
So what can we expect from his second term? Trump's promised to enact an agenda that would transform nearly every aspect of American government. He also wants to launch the largest deportation effort in the nation's history and says he'll use the Justice Department to punish his enemies. Additionally, he plans to expand the use of tariffs, which economists warn will raise prices for consumers. When it comes to reproductive rights, Trump says he'll continue to leave that up to the states. And on foreign policy, Trump's zero-sum approach could shake up long-standing foreign alliances like the NATO Pact. Trump's victory comes after surviving 2 assassination attempts. The race also marks the second time he's defeated a female rival in a general election.
Former WWE wrestler and Mississippi native Kamala has died after a brief battle with COVID-19. The wrestler was born as James Harris and also known as the Ugandan Giant. Harris was born in Senatobia and spent time in Coldwater, launching his career in the 1970s, going through the South before becoming a WWE and WCW superstar. We spoke to former wrestler and promoter Wally Dude, who described what Kamala was like and how good of a person he was.
He came from nothing. He had a hard life. He got in trouble, but he found wrestling. And he turned his life around. He loved children. He'd run out to the ring and scare them all. But when he'd go out back, he'd hug them. He'd smile at them. And he was just a fine human being. He's the true American dream.
And Harris died at the age of 70.
It says here that a bolt of lightning is going to strike the clock tower at precisely 10:04 p.m. next Saturday night.
For hardworking Americans, November 5th will be our new Liberation Day, but for the liars and cheaters and fraudsters and censors and imposters who have commandeered our government, it will be their Judgment Day. Their Judgment Day. Your victory will be our ultimate vindication. Your liberty will be our ultimate reward. And the unprecedented success of the United States of America will be my ultimate and absolute revenge. That's what I want. Success will be our revenge. A vote for Trump is your ticket back to freedom. It's your passport out of tyranny. And it's your only escape from Joe Biden and his gang's fast track to hell. And in many ways, we're living in hell right now. I stand before you today not only as your past and hopefully future president, but as a proud political dissident. I am a dissident. Remember this, I've been indicted more than Alphonse Capone, Mr. President. Do you know who that is? Even the president just said, I do.
And now, for an actor, good roles are hard to come by.
I was a Nubian space slave last week with an aluminum foil jockstrap. Ow!
Hey, remember when I played a sperm and I begged for that part?
But Jack Noah is about to get the role of a lifetime.
I happen to be a very well-known American actor.
Not that well known.
What are you, a critic?
I got a part for you to play.
This is a real man!
It's a role any actor would die for.
Play the part or I'll kill you.
When do I start?
Meet the new president of Parador.
Not like that. With a flip. I'm flipping. Long live Parador.
We have a hit.
He's a total bloody genius, isn't he?
Who are you? I'm an actor. I'm playing the dictator.
I can help you play the part of Hitler.
He's not the first actor to become president.
Hello. This is your dictator speaking.
But he may be the last.
Wait.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Why didn't you get Bobby De Niro or Dustin Hoffman?
Raul Julia.
Laugh. Wrong.
Sonia Braga.
You should get an Oscar for tonight.
And a cast of thousands.
I love you, Sammy.
I love you.
From the creators and star of Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
You're a funny guy.
What a psychotic.
Moon over Parador.
Let's warm up and do some aerobics. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, everybody!
What is magic? Our argument, nothing but targeted deception.
Good afternoon. Jill and I thank you for joining us today. And we have a special guest. You can see to my left here. I'm thankful to our friends, the White House Historical Association and the National Park Service for helping us deliver thousands of commemorative aids to vaccination sites and communities and healthcare centers all across America. Easter is a day of joy when we celebrate resurrection and renewal. But this year, we know many are still going without the familiar comforts of the season. The virus is not gone, and the second year in a row, most will be apart from their families, their friends, and the full congregation that fill us with so much joy. The scripture tells us, joy cometh in the morning. As we celebrate the renewal of this season, we know that long for dawn is almost here.
A lot of people.
Don't worry, they don't bite.
Watch out. Hey. Hello.
This is Ian. Ian, this is my crew from the LGBTQIA Center.
Hey.
Hey,
How
Ian. Are you going to introduce yourselves, or do I have to do it for you?
I'm Bethany. I'm a triracial cisgendered girl fag. I identify as pansexual and my pronoun is she.
Okay. Hi, Emerson. Gender fluid, hetero-romantic, demisexual mutt, and a redhead. My pronoun is Z.
Hey, I'm Rabbit, genderqueer, tax attorney. I identify as Jennifer Aniston. Just kidding. Be them birth.
DX. Chinese Mexican agender intersex AFAB. My pronoun is they.
Okay. All right, is it okay if I ask a few questions?
Better than to assume you know the answers.
What is intersex?
When a person is born with what is typically perceived as both male and female sex organs.
AFAB?
Assigned female at birth, when your parents decide your gender without considering how you may identify in the future.
Okay, and what's the whole pronoun thing?
When we talk about DX, we say, ask them if they would like a coffee.
But there's only one of him. Her, them.
I saw that morning, being down here now, as different as it looks, I still have those visuals, those images in my mind, in my head.
We're on, as a nation, officially now.
The suicide bombers, it happens in Israel on a daily basis. Those are the things we have to be careful of now, we have to watch for now.
Time, effort, money that is being expended by Satan and his minions to implement his agenda.
A future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of Ernie's profound imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. It results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.